So if you're out hiking around, not hunting, not doing any hunting, and I have a story for this because it happened to me, what would you carry, for personal protection in bear country? So this is a Ruger Super Red Hawk 44 Magnum, 7.5 inch barrel. Then I acquired this Taurus tracker with a ventilated muzzle that helps somewhat in recoil. It's 4 inch. So it theoretically speaking, you clear leather quicker than the 7.5 inch cannon. The Ruger 6 shot, the Taurus is 5. I got a Glock 10 mil empty. It's a 15 shot. So I read about bear loads and I thought, well, maybe that's what I'm going to take. You guys let me know what you prefer and we'll go from there. So it's going to be a 2-part series, one with handguns because you're just walking around, looking at cool stuff, enjoying nature, minding your own business. The next one will be some drills in my yard here because it's it's a warm spell right now. So I'll use some heavy caliber rifles that I have to see how long it takes to spin it and take aim. So I'm going to show you a picture here in a minute. In October of 2018, middle of October, I was at the Hill Annex Mine in Calumet, Minnesota. Those of you that know me already know this. Those that don't, I'm a paleontologist, was a paleontologist at the Science Museum of Minnesota for 31 years. Now I'm a research associate, which means, I can I can go and collect and find stuff on my own, so to speak. So anytime you do that, it ends up in publications. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So in 2018, you're going to see, I left some little specimen bags with shark's teeth and some other things that I had found. At the end of the day, about 3:30, I'm driving along. It's like, oh, I got to pick those bags up. So I got out of my truck and I walked, and you'll see point A. That's where my truck was, and it was running. Okay. And then I got to point B, which is about 21 yards away, and there was a brown bear in the thicket. I had no clue. And it just harumped one time and took off running, crashed through some 2.5, 3 inch saplings, broke like 4 of them, tore down a big patch in some of the surrounding overhanging brush, and hit the road. So I wasn't sure what it was. It just happened like that. Like, Jesus Christ. Thought it was a deer. It was not. So then notice the footprint. So the paw print is about the size of my size 10 work boot. So it zigged instead of zagging, or, maybe I'd be here with eye patches on and some gnarly scars. I couldn't tell you. But you hear, you make noise, you do this, you do that. I pulled up with my truck running, radio blasting, got out and just walked right up on it, and it took off. So hang on. Hey there, Canon Linkers and YouTubers. It's Sunday, December the 21st. Freezing my ass off here in the driveway, standing on ice. You can see the dot that was behind me. From where I'm standing, and you can't see it, but I have an X painted in the driveway where I bore sight rifles, my rifles, customers' rifles, things like that. 50 yards to get them on paper. So the interesting thing is I'm going to put this into my Undergunned for Bear Fubar series. Arm's doing well. Anybody gives a shit, you don't, but that's fine. But I'm just letting everybody know it's doing pretty good. 50 yards away, a grizzly bear can cover that ground from where I'm standing, from that dot down there on the tree to where I'm standing, in 2.5 to 3 seconds. So I want you to think about that. You're walking around, hiking, doing whatever. and you hear something and you look, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. So it's going to take you about probably a second and a half or 2 seconds to realize what's going on and try to spin a rifle or a shotgun around or draw your handgun. And you've got about a second, maybe second and a half if it has to jump over something. But think about that. 2.5 to 3 seconds from where I'm standing to that tree down there. 1,000, 2, 1,000, party's over. So think about that, and I'll see you in a minute. Bye. So this picture is a grizzly bear at the Apple Valley Zoo. The grandkids came just before the weekend before Thanksgiving. We went to the zoo. We walked through the enclosure, turned around, came back as the zoo was getting ready to close. I looked and looked. I have, I don't know, like 10 pictures. I could not find the bear. We were leaving, and the thing just stood up and started walking, and that's about 50 yards. So that's going to be like the sort of the average type of thing if you're just out, walking around in the woods and looking at stuff, turn the corner, or you're just walking across and this thing, maybe it's sleeping or whatever, stands up and you've got 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. And either it's not here or you're not here. So think about that.